Alright, this is Packet Tracer 353, and we're going to be configuring wireless and voice VLANs. And our objective is to create separate VLANs for the wireless and voice devices, and then we're going to verify connectivity. So the first thing we need to do is create a VTP domain. So we're going to select switch 1, and we're going to configure it as the VTP server. So we need to go to our command line interface, and we're going to go to global configuration mode, and we want this one to be VTP domain server. Okay, then we'll need to save our settings. Okay, the next thing we want to do is select switch 2 and configure it as a VTP client. So again, in the command line, okay, and then we can exit out of that. Copy, run, start. And then we're going to go to switch 3 and configure that one as a client as well. Can exit out of that. We'll do a copy, run, start. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is for VLANs. We're going to create 3 VLANs with the following information. VLAN 20 named data, VLAN 30 named wireless, and VLAN 40 named voice. So we're going to select switch 1, and I'm going to create the 3 necessary VLANs. So we're going to go into our global configuration mode, and we're going to go VLAN 20, and then we're going to name this one data, and we can exit out of that. Then we're going to go make a VLAN 30. And we're going to name this one wireless. And we can exit out of that. And then finally VLAN 40. We're going to name this one voice. And we can exit out of that. And then we need to save our changes. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is assign the devices to the correct ports. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign fast Ethernet 01 to VLAN 20 on switch 2 and 3. So switch 2, configure go to Fast Ethernet 01, and we're going to put it on VLAN 20. We want this one to be VLAN 20, and then we'll do the same thing on switch 3. But configure Fast Ethernet 01, and we want this one to be VLAN 20 as well. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is assign Fast Ethernet 09 VLAN 09 to VLAN 40 on switch 2 and 3. So let's go back here and go to port 09, and we're going to put this to VLAN 40, which is wire out voice. We'll do the same for switch 3. VLAN 40. Okay, and then we want to assign Fast Ethernet port 17 to VLAN 30 on switch 2 and 3. So we'll go back to switch 2 and go down to port 17, and we're going to assign it to VLAN 30. Okay, and same thing on switch 3, down to port 17, and select VLAN 30. Okay. Okay, now the activity wants us to test connectivity, and we're going to ping PC0 to PC1. So let's send a packet from PC0 to PC1, and our results are successful. And that will complete this activity on configuring wireless and voice VLANs. And we created separate VLANs for the wireless and voice devices, and then verified connectivity.